Oh yeah, pipe smokers. It's the Paul Gilson YouTube channel, and you guessed it, I'm Paul Gilson, aka Paul the Pipe Guy, live from the outskirts of Rochester, New York. Yeah, and it is the 13th of June, 2025. It's Friday the 13th, yeah. And just great things happened today, you know. I'm not superstitious about Friday the 13th, so yeah, let's have a Friday night smoke together. So grab your favorite pipe, grab your favorite blend, and grab your favorite beverage. I got the weekend off, gonna be packing up. I got some great news that I want to share, and yeah, it's gonna be a good show. Okay, so we have a Pabst Blue Ribbon beer here, a PBR. And I was thinking, I was like, I wonder if they still make Schlitz beer. I looked it up, they're still making it. And I was like, I wonder where I can buy it. And I look at it, Wegmans has it. I was like, Schlitz beer was like the most popular beer in I think the 1950s. Anyways, cheers. Yep. Happy Friday. So we have a Rhodesia pipe here, my favorite pipe, and we have that filled with some 4.5-year-old Captain Earl's private stock. Very nice Latakia blend. Captain Earl's private stock. And the tin date on that was 3 of 2021, so it's just shy of 4.5 years old. Let's start it on fire. Yeah. I just went through this whole pipe about 2 hours ago with some alcohol and scrubbed everything out of it. Instant relaxation. Oh, this is so good. Aged to perfection. A nice Latakia blend. In fact, if you try any of the Captain Earl's blends, they're made by, I think, Cornell and Diehl. Yeah, Cornell and Diehl makes Captain Earl's blends. If you check, I own several of Captain Earl's blends by Cornell and Diehl. They're all Latakia rich, just great, great blends. I love them all. So, as y'all know, I got the clear to close. And so yesterday they were like, can you close on Monday the 16th at 11 a.m.? I was like, yep, I'll be there. He says, I still don't know how much I owe you, but I don't think I owe you guys anything. I think you're going to owe me money at the closing table because you got $16,525 of my money already. Well, we'll see about that. The attorney's got to clear it all up. And well, I got the notice late this morning. They owe me $391 back at the closing table. I'll take that. So, go through my work day, and I promised a friend that I'd take her out to dinner. We went to a little diner and had a nice meal, and then she's been a friend of mine for years, and her phone got broken or something like that, and she had to buy a flip phone. That's all she could afford. And I was like, I'll tell you what, honey, let me take you out to dinner, then we'll go over to Walmart, and I'll buy you a nice new phone. How's that sound? In fact, we'll get a nice case to protect the new phone, and we'll get the glass that goes over the screen to protect the screen. And I only spent about $90 between the phone, the case. The phone was like $60. The case she picked out was only like $6. And the glass was like, I don't know, $13. But sometimes for good people, I mean, she's on disability, and sometimes good people just, they need that little extra help. And I felt I could afford it. It was in my budget, and she's a good person, and it's something I wanted to do. So I did it. So we did all that, and I come rolling in about 5:30. I'm driving up the road. We see the house I'm living in. I go to pull in the driveway, and it's like, I don't belong here anymore. I've never had that feeling. I've been here for 11 years and 2 months. I've never, ever had that feeling. And I'm pulling into the driveway, and I'm walking up to the front door, and I'm like, this isn't my home anymore. It wasn't something that I felt bad about. It was just a strange feeling, because my home here has always been a solace for me, a place of peace, a place of rest, a place where God is. And I still definitely feel God is here, but He's prepared a new place for me. And I think my head and my spirit and my heart is over at my new house. And that's probably why I felt that way. It was a very strange feeling, though. So what I'm going to do is Sunday night, I'm going to load up all the stuff, all the small stuff, all the tobacco that I can get. I'm going to pack my car with as many dishes and cooking utensils, anything I can fit in my car. I'm going to drive I'm going to go to work at 7:30 in the morning, Monday morning. And by 10:15, I'm going to leave. Drive a half hour to Batavia, where we're closing. It's where the attorney's office is. I'm going to close, and then I'll go back to work. And then what I'll do is take that loaded car, and I'm going to make a trip to my new house, have my keys. I'm going to take everything out of the car, and then I'm not just going to set boxes down. I'm going to take it, spend whatever time it takes to put all that stuff I've loaded in the car away in its proper spot in my new home. And I'm going to do that 5 nights in a row. And hopefully I can get all the small stuff out of here. And then Saturday, me and my son and his buddy just load up furniture. I'm not taking my guns over there yet. Not taking my guitars over there yet, because I'm not going to be there. So if I can do all that, that's going to save me a lot of time of having really to box everything up ahead of time and load it all up in the truck, and then have a million boxes in my house that I have to unpack. I'll do it a couple hours every night after work. Very, very strange feeling, though. It was pulling in here tonight. It was almost like an outer body experience, like I had died and my spirit left my body, and it's like looking at my body saying, I don't need you anymore. That's kind of the way I looked at this place, okay? You know. So, had a little chat with my landlord. I said, okay, I gave you half a month's rent, which pays me up to the 15th. I'm going to be out by the 21st, which is 9 days ahead of schedule, 10 days ahead of schedule. Do you want me to give you the other half and pay you for the whole month? Or do you want me to prorate it? He's like, no, just prorate it, which is fine. That saves me like $210, okay? And then I said, okay, the utilities, they're under my name. I don't want to just turn them off. Can you do a meter reading? And on Monday the 23rd, call in and switch them in your name? And he's like, no. He says, my daughter's boyfriend's going to put them under his name. He said, is there any way you could just leave them in your name till the 1st of July? And I said, yeah, I'll do that, you know. What's it going to cost me, an extra $20, $30, you know? We said, but we need to be in contact with each other, so after the 1st, you can guarantee and verify that the utilities have been put in this kid's name. He says, yeah, no problem. So it's been really kind of a strange night, you know. I told myself I wasn't going to come home tonight and start packing anything. I'll start packing stuff up tomorrow. Getting a bunch of boxes packed so that I can load them up Sunday night. Probably have enough packed up where I got enough for Monday night's delivery and Tuesday night's delivery to my new house. And then I told my landlord, I said, what I'm going to do is, I got a friend of mine, I'm going to hire her. She's going to come in and scrub all the floors, vacuum all the carpets after everything's out of here, clean all of the cupboards, clean all of the sink area, clean the stove area, all that stuff, clean the bathroom, everything. And I said, do you want her to scrub down the walls? And he's like, nah, don't worry about it. We're just going to paint over it, you know. We've smoked in here forever, so the walls are yellow. He's going to hit it with some Kills primer first. And then he said he'll scrub the walls down, then hit it with Kills primer. And then, you know, paint over that. So, but the new house I'm not going to smoke in. I am going to smoke on the beautiful, huge front porch. Very excited about being in there. But I've never really, I don't think I've had that feeling where I pulled up to my house and it's just like, I don't belong here anymore. I've already mentally, spiritually moved on to the new house. And it was very odd for me to feel that. But at the same time, I'm excited about getting in my new house. So, not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow, we're going to have a video where I'm going to go through for about 5 or 10 minutes, show you guys through the whole house, and then we'll have a smoke together. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is good. Thank you for all the prayers, all of the positive comments. Hey, man, you're going to get this house. You know, you guys are probably tired of hearing about my new house, but it's a huge thing in my life. And I was talking with John Kruger last night after work, and he's like, the Lord is doing a lot of stuff in your life. And I was like, yeah, the Lord is restoring my life. I'm getting another house. I got a nice car now. The Lord's restoring things. He's given me things back, that good things that I had in the past, but without the bad things that went along with it, which I won't mention. You know, stress and drama, basically, is all I'm going to say about it. I'm going to take a break for a nanosecond, and we'll be right back. What the heck, that pipe is heated up enough where I'm going to let it cool down, so we've graduated to a cigarette. Yep. So has anybody ever had Schlitz beer? Has anybody ever had Utica Club? You know, I remember being a little kid, everybody drank Schlitz beer, you know. Cheers. So I'm glad the Lord blessed me with the funds to be able to take my friend out to a nice dinner at a diner, a local diner, and be able to buy her a new phone, buy a case to protect the phone. And, you know, the phone was normally $100 and they had it on clearance. It's a Samsung A15, which I like Samsung phones. I got an S22, but I wasn't going to spend $200-300 on that for her, you know. This is probably the best phone she's ever had. And so, then I got the glass for the screen. She's fully protected. Then I used my debit card, and I told her, I says, look, you got 2 weeks to bring it back if there's anything wrong with the equipment. Here's the receipt. And she was very, very, very thankful. You know, she's been through a lot of tough times. She's on disability right now. She wants to get off disability, and she wants to get certified in mentoring people that have mental illnesses and actually have a job at a hospital or whatever to help these people with their mental illnesses. She's suffered a bit from a couple of things. I won't get into it, but good person, good heart. Just thank God I had the, you know, extra funds and the budget to be able to help her out. I can't imagine having, you know, a smartphone, having that break. You can't afford another smartphone on your budget. So you get this $10 flip phone, and trying to text on that is like sucks. It's archaic. So I thank God that I was able to have the money to be able to bless her, you know, with that. Does that make me a good guy? No. But it was something I wanted to do for her, you know. She was really grateful and happy. Your tithing doesn't always have to go to the church. In fact, my tithing never goes to the church. It goes to help people that are worth helping. Number one, that's the key. They have to be in a spot in their life where it's worthwhile to invest in them. If they're out doing drugs and all kinds of stuff, and whatever you help them with, they're just going to sell or trade for drugs or whatever, you're just pissing your money away. She's not like that. And so being able to have the budget, and like I said before, and be able to invest something in her that makes her life way better. I enjoy doing shit like that. Anyways, I'm Paul the Pipe Guy, live from the outskirts of Rochester, New York, in the United States of America. God bless you all. I've been watching some of these things with the riots in California, and I guess there's riots in Florida too. And I really don't watch the news. I don't have cable. I canceled it because cable is all just bullshit. Way too many commercials. When I get into my new house, I got a buddy of mine that has spent his entire life, he's in his 70s, actually doing radio and TV broadcasting. He told me exactly what kind of powered up antenna to buy so that I can get 1 million channels. I'll put that up in my attic at the new house, not on the roof. Although when I was a kid, everybody had a big antenna on the roof. Mine's going to be in the attic, and he says I'll be able to get all the Rochester channels, Buffalo channels, channels from Toronto, all kinds of channels. So I'm looking forward to that. So we'll see, as it goes. Anyways, Paul the Pipe Guy. Over, but not out. Peace.